We'll get started. I'll paste the link to the practice test 9 below. And okay, so the length of two sides of a triangle are 4 centimeters and 6 centimeters. If the perimeter of the triangle is 18 centimeters, what is the length in centimeters of the third side of this triangle? All you got to do is just add up the sides. So 4 plus 6 plus x is equal to 18. And obviously x is 8 if you solve for x. So the correct answer choice here is B as in boy. Which equation has the same solution as the given equation? All you gotta do is subtract 30 both sides. And 16x is equal to 160. So C as in cat is the correct answer choice for question 2. Moving on to question 3. TY set a goal to walk at least 24 kilometers every day to prepare for a multi-day hike. On a certain day, TY plans to walk at an average speed of 4 kilometers per hour. What is the minimum number of hours TY must walk on that day to fulfill the daily goal? So it's actually pretty straightforward. So 4 times h. Um, this is the goal, and this has to be at least 24. So h is greater or equal to 6. So the correct answer choice here is B as in boy. Okay, number 4, the function g is defined by g of x is equal to x squared plus 9, for which value of x is g of x equal to 25. Just set these two equal to each other, so x squared plus 9 is equal to 25. X squared is equal to 16. X is plus minus 4. So the correct answer choice here is A as an apple. Okay, moving on to question number 5. Which expression is equivalent to 9x squared plus 5x? I see a common x here, so I'm going to pull the x out. It's going to be 9x plus 5. So the correct answer choice here is A as an apple. Number 6, each value in the data set shown represents the height in centimeters of a plant. What is the mean height in centimeters of these plants? The mean is total divided by frequency. Frequency as in like number of plants here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's just add all of these up and then divide it by 10. And you'll get 9. So when you want to get the mean of the height, all you got to do is add all of these values up here and then divide it by the number of plants. So let's divide by 10. Okay. Question number 7. Student council group is selling school posters for a fundraiser. They use a function p of x is equal to 5x minus 220 to determine the profit in dollars for selling X school posters. In order to earn a profit of $900, how many school posters must they sell? Um, all you gotta do is you do 5x minus 220. And since it's a profit, I want to set this as greater or equal to 900. And if you solve for x, X becomes 224. So 224 is the correct answer here. Okay, moving on. Jay walks at a speed of 3 miles per hour and runs at a speed of 5 miles per hour. He walks for W hours and runs for R hours for a combined total of 14 miles. Which equation represents this equation? So for variable walks, I'm going to put W here. And for runs, it's going to be R. So it's 3 miles per hour of walking, so 3W, and running at 5 miles per hour, so 5R. And this has to equal 14. So the correct answer choice here is A as an apple. Then moving on to 9, John paid a total of $165 for a microscope by making a down payment of $37 plus P monthly payments of $16 each. Which of the following equations represent this situation? So since $165 is a total, I'm going to put this on the right side. So since we have a flat down payment of 37, we need to put 37 in front here. So answer choices A and B are immediately eliminated, and C as well. Sorry, and D as well, because it's a $16 each. So 16P. So the answer choice C here is correct. C as in cat. Number 10, the given equation relates the positive numbers px and y. Which equation correctly expresses y in terms of p and x? This is very simple and straightforward. Just put this 57 to the right. So y is equal to px plus 57. So B as in boy is the correct answer. Number 11, a company opens an account with an initial balance of $36,100. The account earns interest and no additional deposits or withdrawals are made. The account balance is given by exponential function A, where A of t is the account balance in dollars. T years after the account is opened. The account balance after 13 years is $68,071.93, which equation could define A. So the canonical formula for exponential function is for some function y, you have an initial value in the beginning, and you have an exponent a to the power of t. So since we have an initial balance of $36,100, I'm going to write this down here. And answer choice B and C are automatically canceled out because the initial value is not 36,100. And we'll put an A here. T. Now I need to determine the no, the number for A. So all I got to do is put T is 13 and set Y equal to 68,071.93. So all I got to do is I'll write this down here. 68,071.93 is equal to 36,000 and then A to the power of 13. So A to the power of 13 is equal to 68,071.93 divided by and if you want to solve for a, all you gotta do is take all of this chunk and do to the power of 1 over 13 because the 13 cancels out by multiplying to the power of 1 over 13 here. Um, let your calculator do the work, and the correct answer choice here for question 11 is A. A as an apple. Question number 12. The circle shown has center 0, circumference 144 pi, and diameters PR and QS. The length of arc PS is twice the length of arc PQ. What is the length of arc QR? Okay, first things first, we know that the circumference is 2 pi r. Please review this if you're unfamiliar with this formula. So 2 pi r is 144 pi. I can determine the radius by saying that it's 72 because you would want to divide 144 pi by 2 pi. So here's your important information here. Now, the length of our TS, so I'm going to just say S1 here is R theta 1. Our PQ is S2 is R theta 2. Now notice it says the length of arc PS is twice the length of arc PQ, right? So I need to find a relationship between these two. So R theta 1 is equal to 2R theta 2. Okay. And I can go ahead and determine the theta 2 because if we have theta 2 here, and, we have theta 1. Notice the pattern here. I can actually put this 2 and put it together with the theta 2. So what I'm talking about is I could write this as R theta 1 is equal to R 2 theta 2. So cancel out the R's. Theta 1 is 2 theta 2. And sum of these two angles, theta 1 and theta 2, should be 180 degrees. So okay, I'll go ahead and write that down. So theta 1 plus theta 2 is supposed to be 180. And we know that theta 1 is equal to 2 theta 2. So 2 theta 2 plus theta 2 is equal to 180. And theta 2 is equal to 60. And theta 1 is equal to 120. And since we're trying to get the length of arc QR, so this guy over here, I'm going to have to use theta 1 since the opposite here angles here are the same. So theta S, excuse me, is equal to R theta prime. Well, in this case, it's going to be theta 1, so is equal to R theta 1. This is equal to 72 times 120. Now I need to convert this 120 degrees into radian. So don't forget to multiply by pi over 180 here. And if you do that, you get your answer is 48 pi. Moving on to question number 13. The solution to the given system of equations is xy. What is the value of x? Well, obviously, instead of writing y here, I can write minus 2x. So 3x minus 2x is equal to 40. And I get x equals 40 as my answer automatically. Very simple and straightforward. Question number 14. The frequency table summarizes the 57 data values in the set. What is the maximum data value in the data set? Well, I'm only looking for the maximum data value here. And since there are 6 of the 14s, so we know that 14 is the maximum data value. Okay. Question number 15. One leg of a right triangle has a length of 43.2 millimeters. The hypotenuse of the triangle has a length of 196.8 millimeters. What is the length of the other leg of the triangle in millimeters? So since this is a geometry problem, I like to draw things out. So the hypotenuse is 196.8 and one leg, so 43.2. And we don't know this guy here. So I'm going to write it as x. So we know that the Pythagoras theorem is x squared plus y squared is equal to the hypotenuse. So I'm going to go ahead and plug that in. Squared plus 43.2 squared is equal to 196.8 squared. All I got to do is set x squared equal to 196.8 squared minus 43.2 squared. And to get rid of the x squared, all you got to do is square root all of this. Sorry, distribute one here. So x is equal to square root of 196.8 squared minus 43.2 squared. Please punch that in your calculator and you'll get 192. X equals 192. So the correct answer for question 15 is C. C as in cat. Okay, moving on to question 16. A wire with a length of 106 inches is cut into two parts. One part has a length of x inches and the other part has a length of y inches. The value of x is 6 more than 4 times the value of y. What is the value of x? So I'd like to write this out. So x and y. Since the problem statement explicitly says the value of x, I'm going to write this as x equals, since it's 6 more, put a 6 here and then a plus, and 4 times the value of y. So 4y. Okay. And we know that x plus y is equal to 106, right? So I'm going to go ahead and rearrange this into the form of y equals. So y equals x minus 6 divided by 4, x plus x minus 6 over 4 is equal to 106. And I want to get rid of the 4 here, so I'll multiply all of this by 4. And you get x minus 6. Oh, I'm sorry. 4x plus x minus 6, which is equal to 424. So 5x is 430 and x is equal to 86. Are we clear? Okay, cool. Moving on. All right, question 17. The function f is given. Which table of values represents y equals f of x minus 3? Um, Here's a simple trick. I know that when x is equal to -6, or x is equal to -5, or x is equal to 4, then my f of x value is 0, right? So um, since the function y is equal to f of x minus 3, all you gotta do is check like since if we plug x for one of the three values here, the f of whatever this is should give me a 0. And then y should give me a -3. So what I mean is like if I put like either -6, -5, or 4 into this function f of x, it becomes a 0. And then for y, I have to subtract the -3 here, right? So if I look at my answer choices here, A and D are automatically wrong. Now, now you can choose between B and C, but like I said, when x is equal to -6 or -5 or 4, uh, f is equal to 0, and y should be 0 minus 3, so gives us a -3 here. So for question 17, B as in boy is the correct answer. Okay, moving on to question number 18. A landscaper uses a hose that puts 8x ounces of water in a bucket in 5 minutes. Which expression represents the number of ounces of water the hose puts in the bucket in 9 minutes at this rate? So since it's a rate problem, I'm gonna see a form like ounce per minute. So ounce per minute. So I'm gonna go ahead and 88x divided by 5y, which is equal to some sort of an unknown a divided by 9y. And I'm solving for this a because I'm trying to determine the number of ounces of water the hose puts in the bucket. So all I got to do is bring this 9y over here by multiplying it. So a is equal to 9y divided by 5y and multiplied by 88x. And you'll get 792x over 5. So the correct answer choice for question 18 is D as in David. Okay, moving on to question 19. In the given system of equations, h is a constant. If the system has no solution, what is the value of h? So, first of all, let's say, let's put all my x and y's to the left. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So 4x minus 18y is equal to 5. So for this one, I'm going to do that. Now for this one, I'm going to bring this guy to the left, and I'm going to bring this guy to the right. So it becomes 4x minus hy is equal to minus 2. Here, I can tell that h is equal to 18 because for the first equation, 4x minus 18y is 5. 4x minus 18y is minus 2. So what solution for x and y can satisfy both of these equations simultaneously? Nothing can, right? So that is why h is equal to 18 in this case. If the left side are the same, are in the same format, I mean, and the right side have different answers, this means that the input and the output are different. So what I mean is like if 4x minus 18y is 5, then for this one, 4x minus 18y, it should be also 5. But then if I say 4x minus 18y is minus 2 for the second one, there's no way you can determine the solution for the system of equations here. Okay, moving on to question number 20. Uh, 13 is p% of 25. What is the value of p? Whenever you're encountering percentage problems, always divide this by 100. So p over 100 times 25 is equal to 13. P over 4 is equal to 13. P is equal to 52. Okay. Question number 21. What is the smallest solution to the given equation? All you got to do is let's take out the roots. Let's say x minus 2 squared is equal to 3x plus 34 squared minus 4x plus 4 is equal to 3x plus 34. Now, if I bring all of them to the left, it becomes x squared minus 7x minus 30 is equal to 0. X here, negative 10 and 3. So I'll have two solutions here. X is equal to 10 and x is equal to minus 3. The question is asking for the smallest solution. Which of the two solutions here is smaller? Well, obviously the negative 3. So for question 21, minus 3 is the correct answer. Minus 3 is the correct answer for question number 21. Okay, moving on to question number 22. The function f is defined by f of x equal to all of this. Function g is defined by g of x is equal to f of x minus 1. So the function is shifted 1 unit to the right. The graph of y equals g of x in the xy plane has a x-intercept at a0, b0, and c0, where a, b, c are distinct constants. What is the value of a plus b plus c? Okay, so all you got to do is I'll rewrite this g of function here. So g of x is equal to, so instead of x, I'm going to put x minus 1 inside here. So it becomes x plus 5, x plus 4, and x. And if we set this equal to 0, we know that when x is either negative 5, or x is equal to negative 4, or x is equal to 0, the y value is going to be 0. If I add all of this up, it becomes negative 9. So boy, B as in boy, is the correct answer choice for question 22. Okay, moving on to question number 23. For x greater than 0, the function f is defined as follows. F of x is equal to 201% of x. Which of the following could describe this function? remember that if there's a percentage, always divide this by 100. So it's a simple linear increasing function, right? This is not decreasing, not exponential, because we don't have this a to the power of x form or e to the power of x form. Nope. So the correct answer choice for 23 is D as in David, increasing linear. Okay, question number 24. The function g is defined by g of x is equal to f of x plus 5. For what value of x does g of x reaches a minimum? So, oh, sorry, I'm in question number 24. So, I would rather put this in a graphing calculator. So, to just save time. So, instead of x, put this x plus 5 over here. This function, so basically g of x, so if we have f of x, it'll look something like this. This is for f, and for g, it's basically 5 units shifted to the left, so somewhere here. Using your calculator, you could probably define here. I'm using a TI-84 calculator. Uh, so that's how I could determine the minimum. So what I got is x equals minus 13. That's where I get my minimum. So, yep. Um, Definitely handy to use a calculator for graphing. Sorry, definitely useful to use a calculator when you have to like graph out the quadratic equations and to determine either minimum or maximum. Okay, question number 25. 1 gallon of stain will cover 170 square feet of a surface. A yard has a total fence area of W square feet. Which equation represents the total amount of stain S in gallons needed to stain the fence in this yard twice? Um, I'm pretty sure like your intuition would be is to set S is equal to W over 170, right? However, this is wrong. It's also a trick question. Since like we need to do this twice, we need to multiply this by 2. So S is 2W over 170. And we can simplify this further by saying W over 85. So answer choice D as in David is the correct answer for question 25. Okay, question number 26. Another confusing question here. The table shows the results of a poll. A total of 803 voters selected at random were asked which candidate they would vote for in the upcoming election. According to the poll, if 6,424 people vote in the election, by how many votes would Angela Cruz be expected to win? Uh, so as you can see here, um, if I do 483 divided by 803, and then multiply this by 6,424, I get 3864. Since we have this by, we're looking for the difference between the number of votes for Angela Cruz and number of votes that are not for Angela Cruz. So since that's the case, we need to also find votes for Terry Smith. So 320 divided by 803 times 6424, which is equal to 2,560. And I need to subtract my 3,864. So 3,864 minus 2,560, which is equal to 1,304. So the answer choice B as in boy is correct here for question 26. Okay. Um, let's move on to question number 27. Right rectangular prism acts as similar to right rectangular prism Y. The surface area of right rectangular prism X is 58 square centimeters, and the surface area of right rectangular prism Y is 1450 centimeters square. Um, the volume of the right rectangular prism Y is 1250 cubic centimeters. What is the sum of the volume in cubic centimeters of right rectangular prism X and right rectangular? Okay, so since I can write down the surface area ratio between X and Y, so 58, 50. I'm going to divide 58 by both sides. And since this is a surface area ratio, we're using this 1 to k squared relation. So 1 to k squared. So k squared is 25. K is equal to 5. And now we need to find the volume relationship. So in this case, it's 1 k cubed, which is equal to x to 1250 cubic centimeters. Since I don't know my x, I'm going to write it down as x here. And k is 5, so k cubed is 125. So 125. X is equal to 1250. X is equal to 10. Okay. But I'm looking for the sum of the volumes in cubic centimeters. So all I got to do is add the 1250 with the 10. So you get 1260. So this is the correct answer for question number 27. Okay. Now, moving on to the second part. Um, Question number one, this is easy. Just subtract 7 and you get W is equal to 350. So B as in boy is correct here. Question number two, just multiply the 16 with the X and then what's 16 times 15? 240. So B as in boy is correct for question two. Okay. Um, Question number three. The table summarizes the members of a local organization by age and whether they live east or west of a river. If a member of the organization is selected at random, what is the probability that the selected member is at least 4 years old? So, since probability is target over total is 135, right? So let's put that in the denominator, at least 40 years old. Okay, so it's 107, right? So D as in David is the correct answer choice. The solution to the given system of equations is xy. What is the value of y? Okay, since 3x is 12, I can go ahead and put that here. So it's 12 plus y is 6. Y is, put this over here. 12 minus 6 is 6. So B as in boy is correct for question 4. Okay. A line in the xy plane has a slope of 1 over 9 and passes through the point 0, 14. Which equation represents this line? I like to use this form for linear equations. Y minus y0 is equal to m. So my x is 0, and my y0 is 14. So y minus 14 is equal to 1 over 9x. Y is equal to 1 over 9x plus 14. So D as in David is the correct answer choice for question 5. Question number 6. In the figure shown, line C intersects parallel lines S and T. What is the value of X? Since these two lines S and T are parallel, I know that this angle is 110 here. So it's 110 plus X. This sums up to 180. X is equal to 70. So 70 is the correct answer. Question number 7. The function f is defined by the given equation. What is the value of x when x is equal to 3 over 11? Very simple and straightforward. 3 over 11 plus 8 over 11 is equal to 1. The table shows three values of x and their corresponding values of y. There's a linear relationship between x and y, which of the following equation represents. If you look at this, as the x increases, the y decreases. So immediately I can get rid of a and b because it's a decreasing linear function. I'm going to go ahead and then calculate the slope. Sorry, well, we obviously know the slope is -5 here. And um, we don't know the b value here, right? But I can just put x equals 0 and y has to be 18. So obviously 18 is equal to b. So my correct equation is minus 5x plus 18. So D as in David is correct. A question, which order pair xy is the solution to the given systemic equation? Well, x plus 7 is 10 here, and I can just directly put that inside here. So 10 squared is equal to y. So the correct answer choice here immediately is A as an apple. The function f is defined by f of x is equal to 7x minus 84. What is the x-intercept of the graph of y equals fx in the xy plane? X-intercept is y equals 0. So 7x minus 84 is equal to 0. 7x is equal to 84. X is equal to 12. So immediately, the answer choice D as in David is the correct answer. Okay, Rosa opened a savings account at a bank. The table shows the exponential relationship between the time t in years since Rosa opened the account and the total amount n in dollars in the account. If Rosa made no additional deposits or withdrawals, which of the following equations best represents the relationship? Okay, the canonical uh, equation for exponential is this. And okay, let's just use process of elimination here. Obviously, A and B are not in the canonical form. D is my initial value is 604, not whatever this is. So gone. So for 11, C as in cat is the correct answer. Right? The function W models the volume of liquid in milliliters in a container T seconds after it begins draining from a hole at the bottom. According to the model, what is the predicted volume in milliliters draining from the container each second? So we're just trying to look for some value, milliliters per second. 300 is the initial volume, and we want to see like how much liquid is like drained for each second. As you can see here, you have a -4, right? So my conclusion is that for every second, 4 milliliters of water is drained. So the answer choice D as in David is correct for question 12. Yeah. Easy one here. For the linear function, HB is a constant and h of 0 is 45. What is the value of B? Just simply put 0 here. So 0 plus B is equal to 45. B is 45. Okay. Simple and straightforward. Oh, yeah. Question 14. What is one of the solutions to given the equation? I'm going to factor out here. So C and C, we have 6. Oh, sorry, 10. I'm sorry, 6. Sorry, 12 and -2 here. Since if I do C plus 12 and C minus 2 here, we want this to equal to 0. Because if I cross multiply here, 12z minus 2z is 10z. Review that from your algebra class, and I can determine that c is equal to either minus 12 or c is equal to 2. You can either write 2 or minus 12 in the answer choice because both are correct. So here, question number 15. Triangle FGH is similar to triangle JKL, where angle F corresponds to angle J and angles G and K are right angles. If sine F is 308 over 317, what is the value of sine J? Okay, since we have a geometry problem here, I like to draw things out. So F, G, H, J, K, L. These are right angles, so 90 degrees. Sine F is 308 divided by 317. So because they're correspondingly the same, you can immediately say that B is correct. The key word here is similar. Whenever you're solving geometry problems, it's definitely nice to draw things out. Yeah. Question 16, the population of Greenville increased by 7% from 2015 to 2016. If the 2016 population is K times the 2015 population, what is the value of K? So because here's a keyword increased by 7%. Since this is a percentage, I always convert this into 7 over 100. Since I say increase, right? I have a 1 here. Should I be adding the 7 over 100 or subtracting the 7 over 100? Well, since it's increase, I add. So this becomes 1.07. And this is what you need to multiply to the population for 2015. So the answer, so choice C is correct for question 16. Okay, a lot of words here. Each of the dot plots shown represent a number of glue sticks brought in by each student for two classes, Class A and Class B. Which statement best compares the standard deviations of the number of glue sticks brought in each for these two classes? When I say standard deviation, I want to like check how the data is spread out. Well, as you can see here, the data is spread out the same for like a different number of values here. So since the data is spread out same for class A and class B, um, answer choice B as in boy is correct because is equal. The standard deviation of the number of glue sticks brought in by each student for class A is equal to the standard deviation of the number of glue sticks brought in by each student for class B. Equal is the key answer here. And just look at the shape and how the data are spread out. Okay. Okay, question number 18. The function m gives the predicted body mass m of t in kilograms of a certain animal t days after it was born in a wildlife reserve, where t is less than or equal to 390. Which of the following is the best interpretation of the statement m 330 is approximately equal to 362 in this constant? T is time, okay? And I'm feeding in a time number. So 330 should be a time variable. So the reason I'm going to use a process of elimination here. The answer choice A, 330 kilogram. Nope, this is wrong. For C, I don't know where this guy 330 divided by 7 is from. So this is wrong. Likewise, this 330 divided by 7 is also wrong. So the correct answer choice here is B. The predicted body mass of the animal was approximately 362 kilograms 330 days after it was. If you look at here, 330 days. Day is a time variable, right? So basically, the 330 days is what's given into this function m of t. And what it outputs, it's the body mass. So we have this 362 kilograms written clean over here. So that's why B, as in boy, is the correct answer choice for question 18. Okay, question 19. Triangle XYZ is similar to a triangle RST such that X, Y, and Z correspond to RST respectively. The measure of Z is 20 degrees and 2XY is RS. What is the measure of T? Okay, another geometry problem here. We'll go ahead and draw this triangle. X, Y, and Z, 20 degrees. And since, I'll also write this here, RTS. Since this is a similar triangle, the angle of C is same as the angle of T. So that is why C as in cat is the correct answer. Okay. Moving on to question number 20. The function f of t equals 60,002 to the power of t over 410 gives a number of bacteria in a population t minutes after an initial observation. How much time in minutes does it take for the number of bacteria in the population to double? There's no need to do like heavy computation here whatsoever. I just want this guy to equal to 1 because 2 to the power of 1 is going to be equal to 2. And 2 times 60,000 basically, is, double the number 60,000. So by applying that logic, I'm going to set t over 410 is equal to 1 and t is equal to 410. So this is the correct answer. Okay, question 21. The function f is defined by f of x is equal to a to the power of x plus b, where a and b are constants and a is greater than 0 in the xy plane. The graph of y equals fx has y-intercept at 0, minus 25 and passes through the point 223. What is the value of a plus b? Okay, so I'll go ahead and put this guy here. So a to the power of 0 plus b is equal to minus 25. And I'm also going to put a squared plus b is equal to 23. So b is equal to minus 26. A squared is equal to a squared minus 26 is equal to 23. A squared is 49. A is plus minus 7, but we're given that a is greater than 0, so we're going to be using 7 here. So if we add these up, it becomes minus 19. Question 22, for which of the following tables are all the values of x and their corresponding values of y solutions to a given inequality? All you got to do is plug in the x and check if the y values in the table is greater than this. So we'll go ahead and plug in each one here. So 21, we'll check if 21 is greater than 39 minus 18. Nope, they're equal to each other, so gone. We'll see y is greater than, oh, sorry, if 26 is greater than 39. Well, yeah, since this is true, and we can also eliminate C as well. So I'm going to choose between B and D. Let's put 5 here. So we'll check if 42 is greater than 13 times 5 minus 18. So 42 is not greater than 47. So B is incorrect. D is correct. 52 is greater than 47. Sorry, I rushed question 22. This is just more of a plug and chug and see which table is correct. So yeah. Okay, question 23. A certain town has an area of 4.36 square miles. What is the area in square yards of this town? This is a simple unit conversion problem. So 4.36 square miles And 1 square miles is equal to 1760 squared yards. Don't forget to square the 1760 because we're given 1 mile is equal to 1760 yards. We need to we I want to see what's 1 square miles equal to in square yards. So if you do that, you'll get this number here. So answer choice D as in David is correct for question 23. Okay, another geometry problem. A square is inscribed in a circle. The radius of the circle is 20 over 2 divided by 2 inches. What is the side length in inches of the square? So when I say a square is inscribed in a circle, since I'm cutting the 360 degrees into 4 parts, this is going to be 90 degrees. And the radius is 10, 2. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this triangle like this. So this is going to be 45. This is going to be 10 root 2. This is going to be 45. And I'm looking for the this length over here. Side length, I mean. And I can definitely say that cosine of 45 is equal to x over 10, 2. And cosine of 45 is equal to square root 2 over 2. So go ahead and write that down here. And we solve for x. I bring this guy up over here, then it becomes 10 to multiply, which becomes 10. Since I need this full like side length of the square, so it's going to be 2x. We need to find what 2x is. So this is 2 times 10, which is 20. So A as an apple is the correct answer. All right, question 25. Which expression is equivalent to whatever this is? Um, if I factor like this denominator out here, I notice that I have an x and y variable in common. So this I can write x squared y minus 8xy as xy is minus 8. So I know that if I want to make the denominators the same, I need to multiply this guy over here by xy. So what I'm going to do is since xy times uh, x minus 8 is going to equal this, I'm only going to be dealing with the numerators. So we'll go ahead and do that. Xy. becomes xy squared plus 12xy. Now I need to add this by this guy over here. I also have to add this to here, so I'll go ahead and do that. So x y squared plus 12xy and xy minus 8y. Add all of this up. Becomes xy squared plus 13xy minus 8y. So this guy is the numerator. And I told you earlier that the denominator is this guy, right? The x squared y minus 8xy. So A and B and D are wrong. And I can see that answer choice C has the correct numerator and correct denominator. Okay, moving on. 26. The function f is defined by f of x is equal to a, and then whatever this is, where a and b are integer constants and 0 is less than a is less than b. The functions g and h are equivalent to function f, where k and m are constants. Which of the following equation display the y-coordinate of the y-intercept of the graph of y equals fx and the xy plane as a constant or a coefficient? So whenever I'm trying to determine the y-intercept, I want to like see which of the function actually just gives me like some sort of like a coefficient, no plus, no minus, no times or you know divide or whatsoever. So I don't want this because the question asks as a constant or a coefficient. Well, if I go ahead and I say that when I say y-intercept, I'm trying to put x is equal to 0. And if I put that here, it becomes a 2.2 to the power of 0 is 1 plus k. This is not represented as a coefficient, so 1 is wrong. Let's try 2 here. H of 0. 2.2 to the power of 0 is 1, so a. Well, this is also not, you know, a constant, or it's not even a coefficient. So both are wrong, so D, neither 1 nor 2 option is right. So for 26, the correct answer choice is D as in David. Okay, last question. In the given equation, K is an integer constant. If the equation has no real solution, what is the least possible value of K? So please know this. If b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0, we have two real solutions. If b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0, we have one real solution. And if b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, we have no real solutions. So I'm going to go ahead and work this out. So kx squared minus 56x plus 16 is equal to 0. And I'm going to do b squared minus 4ac, so minus 4k times 16. And this has to be less than 0. And if you punch this in if you punch all these numbers in your calculator, you'll get that k has to be greater than 49. Since I cannot include the 49, the least possible value of k is 50. All right. Thanks for watching.